Welcome to the Protagonist Pub. My name is Tammy, and this is where characters gather. Up next, Library Hall. Every year for Valentine's Day, my library does a blind date with a book. And they look something like this. You get this very sweet little tag that tells you where it's set, what type of genre it is, and a little bit about the book to tease you. It's usually a couple of words. In this case, this book says London historical and medical novels. So let's open it up, see what it is. Ugh. They do a very good job. Not trying to be delicate here. Sorry about the crinkling. This one is very well wrapped. This is The Girl in His Shadow by Audrey Blake. And I believe I have read this one. I believe I read this as a NetGalley last year. I don't believe I've reviewed it on my blog. Yeah, I think I've read at least part of this. I will have to double check, but it sounds interesting. It says puppies are playing in the background, by the way. The story of one woman who believed in scientific medicine before the world believed in her. Interesting premise. Rescued from a pandemic's wreckage and raised by the eccentric surgeon, Dr. Horace Croft, orphan Nora Beatty cares little for Victorian conventions. While other young ladies busy themselves with needlework and watercolors, Nora prefers sutures and anatomical illustrations. Women face dire consequences if caught practicing medicine, but in Croft's private clinic, Nora is his most trusted and secret assistant. That is, until new surgical resident Dr. Daniel Gibson arrives. He never suspects Nora is more qualified than he is, and to protect herself, she'll have to play a new and uncomfortable role, a proper young lady. But pretense has its limits. Confronted by suffering patients, Nora cannot hide her skill, even if it means giving Gibson the power to ruin everything she's worked for. And when she makes a discovery that could change the medical field forever, Nora faces an impossible choice. Remain invisible and let the men around her take credit for her work, or let the world see her for what she is, even if it means being destroyed by her own legacy. It rings a bell, but it doesn't ring a bell? We will have to see. And the second blind date with a book that I picked up is about American loyalists, history, and revolutionaries. So, obviously having to do with the American Revolution. This one should be a little quieter to open. It's in brown paper. This is H.W. Brand's Our First Civil War, Patriots and Loyalists in the American Revolution. And, they also, inside of each book with blind date, they put this wonderful little sheet, and it asks you to rate your date. And the questions are, question 1, so how was it? And your choices are disastrous, forgettable and dull, just okay, better than I expected, or incredible. Question 2, what was your first impression? Ick. So, this could be interesting. Pleasantly surprised, love at first sight. Question 3, how would you rate your date? 1 heart, 1 to 5 hearts. And then on the, I think it's the 11th of February, the library holds all these nice little sheets are due back in the library. That would be Felicity by the 10th. And on The 11th, at the library itself, there is a get-together where everybody who reads their blind date books, if they have time, shows up and discusses them. I think it's a very nice way to celebrate St. Valentine's Day, especially if you're a reader, more of an introvert, dating not that important to you. I participated last year. I loved it. I think it's a great idea. I think more libraries should do it. Next up is Anna Lee Hoover's The Site of Murder. It is the first in the Verity Bright series. I have not read any of that series. I have read the author before. I'm looking forward to it. It will be a very nice palate cleanser. And up for me this week is an anticipated 5-star read, The Children of Gods and Fighting Men by Shauna Lawless. I am so looking forward to this book. You have no idea. I'm anticipating a book hangover. And last up, I've already read this one, is The Heart of the Sun Warrior by Sue Lynn Tan. It was an anticipated 5-star read. It was a 5-star read. It has given me a book hangover since I finished it very late Saturday night. I highly recommend The Celestial Kingdom duology, of which this is book 2. And that was my library book haul last Friday. If you don't use your library regularly, I highly recommend it. It is a great way to check out new authors that you may not have read before. That is my library book haul. What was yours? I look forward to your comments below. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you here next time at the Protagonist Pub.